Hello, my lovely, lovely people. How are we doing? You probably don't know who I am, and that's fine, because you don't need to for this. You clicked on this for one reason, and that's to see my ranking of the Hazbin Season 2 songs. Now, why are we doing this? Hazbin Season 2 had its finale premiere last night, and honestly, I loved it. I think it was absolutely brilliant. I think there could have been stuff to make it better, but as a whole, I'm not annoyed with it. And I genuinely think this season has been so much better than Season 1. So, marking the end of it, we are doing the ranking of all the songs that we've had from Season 2, which, my personal opinion states that they have been so infinitely better than Season 1. Genuinely, all of this season, I think, has been so much better. Pacing, character backstory and origin, all of it has just been absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait for Season 3. So on that note, as we wait, we're going to do the tier list while listening to the album for the rest of the year. And yeah, let's get straight into it. But quick word of warning first. This is my personal opinion. Anything you don't agree with, go into the comments. I will happily debate you on how wrong you are. That's a joke, hopefully. And yeah, just keep that in mind while you're watching, and please don't send me death threats if you don't like my opinions.
Joke, and my friend died for no reason, and I'm never gonna cope from watching him get fucking murdered right in front of me last month. There's a bar!
That shit!
Have a beer.
Alrighty, to kick things off, we obviously have the first song in the series, Hazbin Guarantee. Now, honestly, this song was really good at launch, and I think it was a very good song to premiere with, but upon re-listening to it, Charlie's entire bit with introducing Baxter and stuff, that doesn't sound right to me, and I can't explain why. And I think that the only redeeming factor of the song is the V's part in it. And even that's still a bit eh. But I think I just need to listen to it more for it to grow on me. So, we are going to leave it in B, because it's good middle ground, but at the same time, it's just okay.
Once we get up there and snag that angelic throne, our unholy trinity could...
Second on the list, we're obviously going in order with these, we have Once We Get Up There. Such a brilliant song for the first episode. And honestly, I think it really set the tone of the season for how it was going to go with all of Vox's massive ego boosting and shit. So, honestly, I have to put it in A. I don't think it's good enough for S, because it's a good starting song. Right, it's a good starting song for them. Obviously, they had their part and has been guaranteed, but that doesn't count, because it's obviously just their bit. But the lead up to it didn't feel necessary. It didn't feel like... I understand why he was doing it to explain it and stuff, but it seems like that the entire thing that they were... It seemed to me like they were leading up to the Tower of Babel, and that would make so much sense for the season. And that's what this song solidified in my mind, that they were going to make their tower big enough to reach heaven, which doesn't make much sense, but yeah, we would go with it. But it feels like that the entire purpose of Once We Get Up There was just kind of abandoned since Vox's ego was boosted. Because Valentino's entire point was him wanting more angels to fuck. Velvet's entire point was wanting to make dresses out of them. And then they both kind of just abandoned that after this song. So I love the song for what it is, but the story-wise of it, I have to leave it in A.
Scented candles, ponies, marshmallow discotheques.
Do you have enriched uranium?
No, but we got a unicorn polo stadium.
Christmas rom-coms all year long at the multiplex.
Now, I think this might be my first controversial opinion. I am not fond of many of the Heaven songs. And Like You is the best example I can give of a song in a show which doesn't fit at all. I understand the point of the song. It was introducing Pinchas to heaven, which we all love. We love it. We love the good boy. But I just have to put it... I have to put it in. It was just so bad. It was so awful. And the only saving grace of the song was Pinchas's little 14-second clip of him making that little death machine thing in heaven, because that was beautiful to see. But that was genuinely the only good part of it. I love Patrick Stumpers as Abel. That's brilliant. But he doesn't get enough of it. There's not enough of him in it. And I can't justify putting it any higher than this for the sake of Emily being such a dick throughout the song. St. Peter's just there for some reason, and Abel doesn't get enough in it. If Abel had more in it, I think it would be higher. But Pentious was just... Pentious was the only good bit.
So you must bear the cross bestowed upon you.
Take pity, I pray. Give me a sign. What's your guidance? Please show me the way.
Now, to completely contradict myself with what I just said, Sarah's Confession. Oh my god, this was such a beautiful song. And genuinely, when the season came out, when the first 2 episodes were released, this was all I had on repeat, and I have to leave it in S. Sarah's vocals in it are just divine, and us getting to see our first, like, sort of glimpse of God from Speaker of God, that is genuinely so incredible to see for the series, because it's actually showing us the pace of it. Having an entire episode set in heaven, where we don't even get to see a glimpse of hell until the final few seconds of it, and even then it's just like a one-off gag. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and giving Sarah a song rather than just having a little bit in We Didn't Know, then, oh my god, it was gorgeous. It was genuinely, vocals of it, cinematography of it, it was so divine. But I will not put it in godly, simply for the fact that I think other things are more deserving of it. And also, I feel like the song wasn't entirely necessary, but at the same time it was very necessary. I can't, that sounds really stupid, because I am, but yeah, it's a brilliant song, and I love it to bits, but I cannot put it higher.
Storms coming, I can see the clouds. Nobody's gonna save you now, and heartbreak is gonna fall down like gravity.
Now this is gonna be my next controversial take. Gravity. Don't get me wrong, it is a very, very good song, but I'm not fond of how Lute turned out this season, because I understand why she turned out the way she did, and I understand she is basically the same as she was in the first season, but her and she just kind of pissed me off this season. She wasn't in it enough, so I feel that Gravity was heavily wasted. Like, her entire thing was setting up that an entire war was coming. That didn't happen until the last episode, and even then it still didn't fucking happen. And because of the wasted potential of it, I have to put it in B. Everything was good of it, and getting to see the return of Adam in the form of his little, like, phantom, that was utterly brilliant. Alex Brightman slayed the role again, but I cannot put it any higher than B, because it was just so much wasted potential. And honestly, I don't understand why it had to be there. It's a good song, but it didn't make much sense.
Though I don't know if it's love.
Could this be love?
The cuts are healed and scarred,
But I still taste the blood.
I still taste your blood. I know.
Now this is an opinion that I hope many of you will agree with me on. But I don't know. If you're a Pentious fan, then we fucking ate good this season. If you're a Cherry fan, then we ate good this season. I am both of those things, which is why Piss the Love Song is so utterly good. Alex Brightman's vocals for Pentious in, like, still capturing the voice of Pentious with the little snakiness, while, like, actually singing well, was so good. And at the same time, Cherry's voice actor song, sorry, I forget her name, but Cherry's voice actor still singing with the accent, and, like, getting all of the vocals and emotions so spot on from fictional animated characters. it is genuinely such a hard-hitting song, and you can genuinely feel the emotion from it, despite the fact that they don't even exist. And it is just so beautiful as a song because of that reason, with the emotion of it, but also just the cinematography of it, and getting to see Pence's hellish form again. That was nice to see. But getting to see more of their rivalry in the show as outside of the pilot and episode 6 of Hazbin season 1. Yeah, it was just really brilliant to see.
All you skeptics pay close attention. We'll speed run from here to redemption. Step 9, give a hobo a dime.
Yeah, no way, this story is bogus.
Now this one, I genuinely don't know the reception that this song got, because I didn't look into it after the episode. But it's Speed Run to Redemption. I don't hate the song. I think it's a nice song. It's got its bits, but with how much of a dick Charlie was this season, and with how much she put Angel through and barely did anything to compensate him for it, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's a good song. It's a good song. I like the song. I like the flow of it. It's very short though. I think that's what it suffers from. I feel like if it was a little bit longer, maybe up to 2 minutes, then it would be somewhat better. But at the same time of it, it is also just quite a mediocre song, which is why I have to leave it in B. Because it's just rehashing everything she's already said. And there seems to be no purpose in it besides her telling Vox, which, as we know later in the season, he already knows. So there's not really any point.
An honest woman, always there to lend an ear. I dealt with you fairly, been patient, it's true. But remember, my dear, you're in my zoo.
Now this one was quite a surprise. Honestly, I heard the leaks and I didn't believe them in the slightest. So don't you forget proving that Rosie did actually own Alistair's soul was such a cinematic thing, such a twist to reveal. And I feel that the song itself suits it very well, but following it from Alistair's backstory is quite a bold thing to do. I feel like explaining Alistair's backstory in the song would have made it better if you increased the runtime of it for like 1 or 2 minutes, make it a 4-minute song, and explaining his backstory through Rosie singing. I feel that would have been better. But at the same time, it is such a brilliant song because the flow of it is absolutely brilliant. The characters in it, and showing that Alistair has been so confined this entire time while still being strong as hell, it was brilliant. So I have to put it in A. And it was lovely to see, and it was nice to see a different side of Alistair, which we've only really seen during the fight with Adam and during the aftermath of the battle against Heaven, because that was when he was freaking out and he was saying all the how to unclip my wings and shit. But seeing him actually powerless to Rosie after we thought they were just friends, it was brilliant to see and such beautifully executed in the song. Now this one, I do not give a fuck what anyone says about this. It's going in S already. Clean It Up by Nifty. Kimiko Glenn. I did not know she could sing. And the Japanese bit as well, confirming that Nifty is Japanese. That was utterly brilliant. The animation style change as well, that was really nice to see. And just all of it was brilliant. Like, just they managed to portray her chaoticness in such a brilliant way that you can't... Like, with some songs, you can detach the song from the character. Like, with a few things. Gravity, I don't really associate with Loot, because I would more associate it with an Adam song, but I can see why it is connected to Loot. And some other songs from Season 1, wouldn't connect them to the character. But Clean It Up is so beautiful at portraying Nifty that I cannot put it lower. It has to be S, because it is genuinely, and it's catchy as well, because you can't not say that. you'd hear it the first time, it's so short, and you're thinking, oh yeah, let's just listen to it again. And you're saying that, and then you've listened to it 14 times in a row. That's not a personal experience. But yeah, it is so brilliant having our little gremlin that we've barely gotten to know have this song and then following it with her fucking carrying Husk into battle. Oh, it was such a beautiful scene.
Look around you, Al. I've been scheming this whole time. I got a team, I got a dream, and all I'm gonna do is win.
Now this one. Don't you forget the reprise. Genuinely, it's better than the original. And I will die on this hill. Not for any particular reason. Besides the fact that the lyrics are just better. I love getting to see Vox and Alistair's rivalry, and Alistair giving himself up to be put in this position willingly was incredible. But seeing Vox take full advantage of it and watching his ego finally come out in like full force, it was just so brilliant to see. And the fact of it is, like, Christian Rule's voice for Vox, I cannot think of a different voice for Vox now. And same with Alistair with A Beer to Lie. And having them both mix in such a good way was incredible. And I absolutely loved the chemistry they had. Like, honestly, I love Radio Silence, and I will die here. Radio Silence is so goddamn funny, because it's just Vox lusting over Alistair while he rejects him every single time. It's brilliant. And I know it doesn't confirm anything with the song, but it feels so Radio Silence coded, and I love it. And it is just so brilliant. And seeing all the strings attached to Alistair again, watching his soul get taken for the second time, was incredible.
It's the dawn of a new regime. Come on, join the winning team.
It's so much fun to be bad with us.
Now, this one I was on the fence for quite a long time. But it's heavily grown on me. Bad With Us is a brilliant song showing us all the Overlords. Because we had the Overlord meeting in the first season, but that only showed us... That's a word. What am I on about? That only showed us Zestial, Carmilla, Velvet, more of Alistair, and it gave us our first glimpse to the rest of the Overlords. But they didn't have a speaking role. They didn't do anything. They just sat there and they were just like, huh, yeah, cool. But this, getting to see all of them speak and stuff, and Zizi's voice, that was brilliant to see. But seeing them all get round up by Vox and controlled by him as well was genuinely such a massive turn that I never would have expected. And the fact that was the very opening of the episode as well, that was really nice to see. Because we haven't had an episode where it was just an opening with a song, have we? Except for this. And it was nice to see, but also very confusing with it being new characters that we've never seen before. But also Vox's part of it when he was doing the country song of it. That was so brilliant to see. Just the prick and hatchet bit. And also just like all the different genres and styles that it goes into. Because you've got country, you've got classical, you've got him just speaking, you've got the classic pop version. You've got the like the funky bit with ZZ. It was brilliant, but I feel that it suffers from its runtime, so I have to put it in A. If it was a bit longer and showed us more Overlords, because honestly we haven't seen many of them, we don't know if there's any more, but I have a feeling there is, because obviously we know from the finale that Nifty was probably an Overlord. So seeing more people, like seeing down on their luck Overlords, that would have been way cool to see, and seeing them get into contract with Vox in order to help him and get their power back. That would be so brilliant to see with Bad With Us. But honestly, yeah, brilliant song.
If you're not fucking stupid, then you've only got one choice. Me, Vox Populi, the people's voice.
Now this one. I know a lot of people have very mixed opinions about the song. Vox Populi. Lucifer's bit of it was genuinely brilliant. And if that was longer, it would be ungodly. But it was obviously cut short, and part of it was quite cringy, I will admit. So I'm going to put it in S. But it's not the fault of Lucifer. It's still a brilliant song, that's why it's an S. But seeing Lucifer's power get drained this much, I understand why it was drained, because it's explained in the song. They weren't banished, he was chained down there. And it's a very insightful song to see. It teaches us more about the landscape of hell. But having Vox take it over right from Lucifer's bit and just mocking him for it, it was quite salty. It was quite a salty thing. That's not the right description of it, and I know that's not the right description of it, but it was very bitter. And it's still a brilliant song, but having Vox's bit take the entire thing. I know his name is literally in the song, Vox Populi, but I feel Lucifer needed to have more in it, because we were so hyped up beforehand that, oh yeah, Vox and Lucifer, they're getting their duet. Vox and Lucifer, they're battling, they're having a bit of a scrap, mate. And then we got this, and Lucifer got 45 seconds of talking, and then the rest of it was just Hail Vox Populi, and it was just, it's a brilliant song, but the hype around it was so anticlimactic.
'Cause I'm the Führer, I'm immense. I am the avatar of your consequence. I'm your Omega, I'm the flood. I am the nightmare you made when you spilled our blood.
Now this one I have mixed feelings about. Vox Die is what Lucifer's bit should have been. They should have taken the instrumental from this, put it onto Lucifer's bit, and given him more at the end of Vox Populi. And then they should have given Vox a different song. Or they should never even give Vox a song to explain this. He could have just said it. He could have just made a broadcast to all of hell and said, yeah, we're going to war with heaven. So it feels unnecessary to me, but I do love the potential behind it. Because if they'd added this on to be Lucifer's little clapback at Vox, that would have been brilliant, having the tone shift that drastically. But the visuals in it and everything else about it, I have to put it in A. The visuals of Vox as a seraphim, that was brilliant to see. I'm still confused a bit about Shockwave, but always nice to see Sharky. And the lyrics behind it is so good, and just all of the foreshadowing that the song had for Vox's origin and backstory. I loved it, and it despite the fact it is the shortest, it is the shortest song of the season, at about 1 minute and 10 seconds. I do still think it's very good.
Love in a bottle, can't have love when it comes in a bottle. Home in a bottle, numb in a bottle. I don't need nothing that's not from a bottle.
Love in a bottle. I'm so glad Huss got a solo song this season, because Keith David has so much potential for the character. I know he loves the character, and it is just brilliant to see that he gets his own song. And the symbolism of him going back to the old casino he used to run as an overlord, and gambling there and then losing everything he wins. It's brilliant. And just the entire setup for it, with him leaving the hotel and then getting back into his zone and thinking that he's finally found his place. It's a beautiful song, and it is genuinely, I'm not really a fan of the genre of it, but it is so damn catchy that I have to put it in A, because I cannot get it out of my head. It's brilliant. The lap it up, la 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 bit. That is gorgeous to hear. It is music to my ears. It's brilliant. And Keith David's vocals, it's just, oh my god, they're angelic. But even still, I think again it suffers from lack of runtime. But yeah, it's just so brilliant. And I couldn't have asked for a better Husk solo song.
Till you break your losing streak.
Now Now this bit is where you're all gonna turn on me and hate me and say you want me to die and say I'm gonna kill myself, because losing streak is C, and I'm not even gonna argue about this. Losing streak is Blake Roman. I have nothing against you. You're brilliant vocalist. The fact that you can get your voice that high with Angel Dust, that's brilliant. But the song just came out of nowhere, and it is nowhere near as good as Poison. Nowhere near as good as Poison or Addict, and Angel really didn't need a solo song this season. He's had two so far. Well, technically, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. One with Cherry, but I'll still count it as his song. But yeah, he's had two songs, which are mostly about him, and then there's Loser Baby as well. Yeah, he didn't need another song. He could have sung. Yeah, I would have been happy with him singing with somebody else. But Losing Streak, it felt so out of place, and it just seemed like it was made for the Angels and Drag, yeah, funny, cheap gag, Husker's gonna spit his drink out, yay. And then it's gonna feed the Husker Dust shippers, yay. It didn't fit. It did not fit the season. It could. I suppose I get where people are coming from. Like, it's a good song, and I like his vocals in it. It just doesn't fit though. It was just so out of place. It just came out so spontaneously that I don't like it.
No blow comes close to fatal, but this princess and fallen angel, we already found love in hell. The rest is easy, baby.
Now here we go. This is what everything was leading up to since Vaggie and Charlie's little squabble. The Shaggy Sexy song. Honestly, the lesbians, need I say more? It's an S song. Yeah, it's got nice flow, but at the same time, I'm actually gonna move it down. I'm gonna move it down to, no, that's Vox Popular. I'm gonna move it down to A, because it's a good song. It's a good song, but at the same time, it's the same thing with Losing Streak. It's a song which is obviously meant to say that, yeah, that they're scissoring, they're fucking, but it just comes out of nowhere, because obviously Vaggie was hinting to it throughout the season. She was showing signs of it and shit, but yeah, it didn't feel right. It's a good song, and I loved the lesbians, but yeah, it just felt very, very quick to happen. But yeah, I did like the talking through, and it was nice. It was a nice song.
To shine brighter, brighter than the heavens in the skies above. You'll be brighter, going supernova, all the eyes look up.
Now we're into the end game here. We are up to the final 4 songs of the season, which all of them I loved. I think they're all brilliant. So we'll start with Brighter. Brighter. Vox's human form. Vincent. I loved Vincent. Vincent Whitman. He was brilliant to see. And it was such a brilliant song. The visuals of it and everything. It is S. It is an S tier song. And it is just so beautifully good at doing what it's supposed to do. Seeing everything happen. And also his death is just so comically funny in it. He just gets crushed by a TV and it's brilliant. But, oh my goodness. All of it is just absolutely brilliant. And I would put it in Godly, but the fact that a lot of it is just him speaking is, I think that throws it off for me. I understand why it had to be done, because obviously he's talking into the backstory, he's explaining it. But yeah, I think it's brilliant. I absolutely adored it. And it was such a good song to explain his backstory, which is what I think should have done for Alistair's song with Don't You Forget. But yeah, Brighter. It's so catchy, and every little detail of it was so perfectly done.
A ray of sunshine through the haze of the morning ether. Live to fail a million times until you finally yell your...
Now here's the bit where I seem like a fucking hypocrite. Because I said earlier in the video that I'm not a fan of the Heaven songs. Yeah, this is where I say I lied. Because Live to Live is godly. And I will die on this hill. Because I know it's only been 2 years since season 1 came out. But the nostalgia that Pensius gave me when he fucking blurted out the "It Starts With Sorry" bit to Sarah was utterly brilliant. And I genuinely think the callback was so good because it shows the long-lasting impact that Charlie did actually have on Pentious. And it helped bridge, obviously, the rest of the season. It bridged the gap between heaven and hell. So essentially, Pentious is just Jesus. Because he's bridging the gap between morals and morality. Mortality, even. So yeah, Pentious is Jesus. And yeah, that's just brilliant. Also, Alex Brightman, his vocals are brilliant. Sarah's vocals, they're brilliant. The only thing I had a downside with is that it very much looked like they were about to kiss in the song. Like, it looked like Sarah was about to do that. And that might just be me being a weird fuck, but, yeah. Very good song, though. Live to Live. I'm not a fan of the name. The name confuses me. I don't know what Live to Live means. I thought it was Live to Live. I thought it meant, like, I thought it was just a typo to begin with. I thought it was going to be, like, Love to Live or Live to Love. But Live to Live, it confuses me. But aside from the name, which they don't even say in the song, it is so majestic, and it's beautiful.
Once I get up there,
You will fuck it up.
Just watch.
You'll never fill your cup. You're broken from the start. No victory will ever be enough.
we'll see who's smiling in the end. I won't even blow. You can say your last, I told you so, while I slit your throat.
When I think about this song, I think mostly of Val's bit, because honestly, I get Valentino's a bad guy. He's obviously a very bad man. But I love him to bits. He is my second favourite character of the show, if you can't tell by the godly tier being at Pentious. But yeah, it's a very good mashup song. And genuinely, I have to put it in S for that reason. The callbacks to every song we had Hazbin Guarantee being referenced in the beginning bit. Also, Baxter singing. That was not on my bingo card for the season, but I loved it. Baxter singing. I'll take that any day of the week, my friend, if I go. So yeah, that happened. And yeah, so callback to Hazbin Guarantee. There was obviously the Once We Get Up There bit with Vox. There was the Don't You Forget bit with Vox as well. And Sarah's bit referencing Live to Live, and yeah, it was beautiful. Such a good song, honestly. And I don't think it can be better, but at the same time, obviously it's an S, so it can be. But all of it was beautiful to see, and seeing Velvet and Valentino finally turn on Vox was it. I knew it was going to happen. Obviously, we all knew it was going to happen. But seeing it happen in a song at the same time of them while Valentino was clashing with his beliefs of, like, yeah, I love this guy, but he's also quite a dick. Oh, it was so satisfying as well. It was brilliant to see, and it was just a very satisfying song. That's the best I could describe it as. It was very satisfying.
Swallow your pride, cast your bloodlust aside. Bitch, you better fall back.
Now here's the last song, Hear My Hope. Listening to it from the trailer and listening to it on the Broadway special, I did not have high hopes for it. I thought it was going to be awful, and I thought it was going to be like a My Little Pony thing, which it really was because of the power of friendship, but it was done very well, I think. And all the different bits of it, like the callback to Gravity, the Abel getting his solo bit in it, that was brilliant. And the subtlety of Alex Brightman's Adam being heard throughout Abel's singing, that is just cherry on top. That is chef's kiss, which is why I'm putting it in godly. Because I'm not fond of the main bit. I'm not fond of the main bit of it. But Alistair and Rosie's bit, with Alistair getting back into ties with Rosie on his own terms. Fucking cinema, that is. I thought he was going to own it. I thought he was going to own her soul in it. I thought he was going to, like, flip the tides of it a bit. But I don't think that's going to happen. If that does reveal, I said it first. So, but, yeah, bringing Alistair back to his prime and getting all of his chains cut in this last episode, that was brilliant. But, yeah, and then the Abel and Luke bit. Patrick Stump did such a good role with Abel. He did so much good with Abel. While he wasn't in it much, every bit of Abel, I think I've actually loved him, and I think he's on par with Adam now, because Adam was one of my favorite characters. Obviously, he's dead now, so he can't be. But yeah, his entire little monologue to himself, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm not suited for this. I'm not going to cut out for this," and then just stepping up and taking Adam's place finally. It was so beautiful to see, and I genuinely couldn't have asked for a better song to end the season. And seeing all the Overlords get together and stuff, and to help stop the weapon and save Lucifer and save Hell, brilliant. But also, the main reveal that the only people who could use their power was fucking Overlords or Seraphim, and Nifty has the power. That confirms Nifty was an Overlord at some point. Get fucked. But, yeah. So it's a beautiful song. And I loved it, and it was a brilliant end to the season. And that is going to conclude my ranking, my lovelies. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I'm trying to make my start here. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've tried many times and it's all failed. But yeah, I'm hoping that Hazbin can give me some sort of boost, because it's genuinely one of the shows I've loved for the past few years of my life. I've loved it since the pilot, and it's just been... I get why people can hate it. It's understandable. But at the same time, fuck them, because it's such a good show. And they're missing out. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, whatever the fuck. I don't really care. Just so long as you've watched until this point, I love you. And if you want to hear any covers, which I have done, we've got the Alistair recap song, which is live now, and we've got Don't You Forget Reprise, which is live, and Vox Populi is coming soon. So stay tuned for that. Any suggestions, leave them in the comments. But obviously I can't do most of them. Anything with Vox, I can do. And anything with Alistair, I can do. Aside from that, you're not getting what you ask for. But, yeah, thank you for sticking around, and love you. Bye-bye.